If you do something wrong, do you apologize first or wait to a certain extent where you are forced to apologize? You're listening to
Jom Sembang, Malaysia.
I'm sorry.
If I did something wrong, I think I quite quick to apologise lah.
I think if you make a mistake that is very simple, like let's say you broke someone's vase, you're easy to say you're sorry lah.
Yes.
But what if it's something that is like maybe you said something and then you realize it was wrong?
Oh, you
but then
don't
it's hard
think
to
it's
take it back.
wrong?
Yeah. Then how? How? You know, some people are quite stubborn, but wait for you to say sorry first lah. Wait for I to say sorry first lah. Because I think apologizing has two things. One is the person who apologize, and the other person who forgive. And sometimes some people don't want to apologize because they're afraid that they will not be forgiven. So like for me, let's go back to a bit more basic, simple things. Okay. So a lot of people like to apologize nowadays like this one. I'm sorry, but actually it's because I'm sorry, but actually it's like, actually I would have said this if you said this, so I'm sorry. For me, right, when I listen to apologies like that, then I will be like, you are still putting the blame on me. Like you are apologizing, but you're explaining why then it's not an apology. For me personally, I feel that the statement I want to discuss today is, if you apologize and you explain why you apologize, is it still apology?
I think normally when you apologize, it's also because you feel bad about something, right? I would think so. Okay, so if you broke a plate, it's either it was a mistake lah. Something tripped, or it was too hot or whatever, or you just bumped into something, it fell. I could say, oops, sorry, I broke the thing. I could say, oops, sorry, I broke the thing, but because you bumped into me lah.
Yeah.
Actually, it doesn't matter whether you bump into me or whatever it is. So I'm sorry I broke the thing. But if it was, normally for me, if I apologize, it's because I feel bad about something. I feel bad that I broke something, and the reason I would want to explain it is to not to absolve myself, but to not say appease also, but try to help the person understand the situation.
And that therefore lies my debate.
Okay, yeah.
Whether it's actually important for the person to understand where you're coming from. Because sometimes maybe I feel hurt, I just want you to stick the plaster. Don't explain to me what, how it's hurt, then I go what plaster to stay. No.
Okay.
So I'm applying the same concept physical to my emotions. If someone hurt me, if all I really wanted to hear was I'm sorry, that's enough.
Okay.
Like I don't want to I did this just because you like this. So I'm sorry. Then for me, that apology was more for you to rationalize why you did wrong. But it wasn't to stick a plaster on my wound lah.
Okay.
I'm not sure if that makes sense.
Okay, no, I think it also depends on the person.
Okay.
So it's like kind of maybe you need to know who you're apologizing to. Because for me, if somebody just said, oh, I'm sorry, it doesn't do anything for me. Because it's like, very easy say sorry. But I don't understand why you said that or how you said that. I don't know what is going on in your head, and therefore it doesn't calm the turmoil that is in. Does that make sense? Like if I'm hurt that you said something, and then you say, oh, sorry, or I'm sorry. I still don't understand what just happened,
So actually my question would be, were you hurt by what's being done, or were you hurt that there was no apology?
Oh.
Because if you were hurt of what's done, then I'm sorry is enough. But if you don't understand what's being done, then you're trying to understand why that thing happened instead of sticking that wound lah. So that's part that I don't know, when certain times we have certain misunderstanding people, it sometimes comes up to me that, okay, I pause and ask myself, what is happening?
Yeah.
And why I'm apologizing. So I find that if I have to apologize and explain, chances are I'm trying to justify myself. Unless the person asks for explanation, then it's a different thing.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe, right? I've never felt like I needed an apology, but I have felt like I need to understand what's happening. So maybe it's just a different take on things. Again, none of it is right or wrong.
Maybe, okay, my question would be, if you understood what is happening, is the apology still required?
It would help. Actually, it depends. It depends. I think there are two types of explaining, right?
Okay.
Like you said, there is the rationalizing, like, oh, but because this is all, but it doesn't negate, I don't know how to say it, but it doesn't address the thing that, but I was still hurt, law.
Okay.
Right? Then it would be like you're just trying to explain yourself lah. But if I am talking about it and it's like, hey, sorry, this happened because I would appreciate the because. That I
Okay.
know what went amiss. I know that the person didn't intentionally want to hurt me or yeah. So for me, it's that. I suppose I overthink things, which you know I do.
So I guess it's all about the intention of the apology lah.
I think so. But how do you know the intentions?
Maybe after a break, we come back and discuss or share a little bit of how to apologize properly or sincerely
Okay.
with the correct words.
Today's episode was recorded at Studio 2105. Now, if you're looking to record a podcast like us, or if you're recording a demo, a song, an album, look up 2105 Productions or contact JD. They are on Twitter, they are on Facebook, they are on Instagram.
So some people, right, when they start, they will say, I'm sorry that you are offended that I did this. What do you think?
Okay, so if you say like that, then I get the feeling that you still think that you did the right thing, lor. But it's too bad that I said this or I did this and you were offended by it.
Okay.
You shouldn't have been offended by it in the first place.
Correct.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
the feeling that
So
I get.
never start your apology if I'm sorry that you are offended because of whatever, okay?
Okay.
Second thing that
Okay.
people always say is, I'm sorry that I did this to you.
What does that mean? Well, I'm seriously, what does that even mean?
So do you feel
I'm
that
sorry.
if I say that it's a sincere apology? I think the trivia here is I will read a statement or say something and you will see, do I feel offended? Do I feel not, like, you know?
I'm sorry that I did this to you. I'm sorry that I did this to you. Actually, okay.
Yeah, I also think it's okay. Because it's like you're admitting that you did something to me. That's why I did an apology.
Yeah. I mean, I'm putting it in context now where somebody did something to me and says, yeah, can.
Okay?
Can.
Okay, the third one. I'm sorry, but is da.
I'm sorry, but.
Blah, 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 blah.
Okay, that one for me lah would be in the context of.
I'm sorry, but it's not my fault. It just happened.
Not. I'm
Okay,
sorry, I can't do
just-
this. I'm sorry. Yeah, thanks for inviting
I'm
me.
sorry, but it's not my.
This
It's not
one
within
is-
my control.
It's almost like people need to pay you money and then I'm sorry, but the finance department cannot get it by 2 weeks' time. Is it?
That sounds a bit decent. Like that sounds like okay lah. Like
I'm sorry, but-
sorry, but I didn't do it on purpose. How about that?
Okay, wait, I throw back. What if it was, I'm sorry, full stop. I didn't do it on purpose.
Okay, no but. I think no but is a very important thing. When you apologize and you have but, then it's like you're apologizing, but actually like that. So it feels very like.
But it feels different, right? I'm
Correct.
sorry, full stop. I didn't mean to, maybe I used the wrong words.
Correct.
Does that help? Like,
Yeah, so I think when we apologize, we shouldn't have the word but
yeah.
in
Because if
any
you
of
go,
our apologies.
I'm sorry, but I meant something else. That means like you stupid lah because like
Something like
you
that.
read it wrongly or
But,
something.
but it's always something that goes the opposite direction. So if you're
I'm sorry, but
apologizing,
actually I'm not.
yeah. So I think when we're apologizing to someone, we should never use the word but.
Okay, so always put full stop to be safe.
If you're texting, put full stop. If you're talking there, I don't know how it's going to work.
I'm sorry.
But yeah,
Pause,
just don't put
breathe.
a but.
Then don't start with but. Okay,
Correct.
got that.
So okay, let's do finish the trivia already. Let's say in a situation
I like this
where
trivia. Okay,
we
no,
did
wait.
something, there's a misunderstanding or something happened.
Okay.
Do you normally apologize to the person first let's say you are very close one, stay in the same house one. Like you cannot avoid the person lah just because you're angry with each other, because you're forced to face each other. Let's say during the pandemic, you face each other, right? You cannot run away because you sit in the same dining table.
Okay, so there's been a conflict between the people staying in the same house.
Would you apologize for something that you are not in the wrong, just to amend the relationship?
I have found myself doing it. But see? No, but it's because it takes two to tango.
Okay.
And if I felt wronged, I probably would have responded wrongly too, for it to escalate until like that. So yes, I have often been the first one to apologize in my house. Also because I don't like the prolonging. I cannot one. It's like if somebody just goes silent on me, right? It affects me. Some people I think can like, okay lah, I go do my own thing. But I cannot.
Okay. Cool.
So I want to break it as fast as I can lah. That's me.
Okay, cool. I don't think I'm the kind of person who apologize for something that I don't think I'm in the wrong.
Okay.
Yeah. So I probably, if there's a conflict and we need to resolve, I might sit down and talk about it or start a conversation about it. But I will not start with I'm sorry. Until I feel that I'm really sorry about it lah. So let's say both of us have a fight.
Yeah.
Okay. I might feel sorry that we have a fight, but I'm not sorry about what we fight about. So I'm quite rational, or rather very clear about stuff like that.
But I am sorry about, let's say I said something and you hurt, but I stick to what I said. But I am sorry that it affected you, or I am sorry that, again, so that came back to earlier, right? You did say that. I am sorry for responding in that way, that, because I don't know, can one sentence end up in a fight until like that?
I don't know, sometimes it does. Because nowadays, people are in different mental state of mind, you really don't know what happened. I have quite a lot of friends that, you can say something that is very normal, but because they are not in the correct state of mind, then it becomes something that's big hoo-ha.
I know how to respond next time. I say small thing like that also cannot lah.
Because I find that these things are happening more and more often, especially now that we are more text communication driven, right? So some things you read 3 times and then you're like, huh? So, and you reach a point where text is something very dangerous, where if you decide not to reply and then the other person be stubborn and not want to prod and reply, then you might end up not talking forever lah. So which is why I was looking at all this apology thing, because some of my friends saying, hey, my husband apologized, but there's always a but. So I feel like it was never an apology that is sincere. It's just, I need to say sorry to you because we're living in the same house, but actually it's da. So I was thinking, hey, this apology thing, how we use the words are very important.
Is it okay to, and I'm just thinking, right, so there are times when both sides will not concede, like, all I did was ask you to clarify something. Why are you so upset about it, but you're like, oh, you should know better ma. Why you ask me a silly question like that? So on both sides, actually, is it really a big sin or a bit wrong? It's really how you perceive what was said, right?
Correct.
And is it therefore, if you say like, there's actually nothing to apologize about, and we just decide to just move on?
Then I think
okay lah, we make friends lah.
Then we just move on lah. I mean, if both parties feels like there's no apology required, then it's not lah. It's called discussions.
True lah, no, but got terasa ba? Got terasa what?
Yeah, so I think when you terasa is the one thing is whether the terasa is because of the matter at hand or the way the matter was managed. Is the key lah.
So I suppose not taking to heart too much also lah.
Correct. So I think when it comes to apologizing, I would apologize if I'm very certain that I cause pain to the person. But if something happened that I might not be the one causing the pain, but the pain just exists, then why must I apologize?
That's why you always
for
tell
the pain
people, always tell me, why you say sorry?
Yeah. So like sometimes like when you say, let's say you say certain things, then I'm like, right. So for example, like let's say we are late for a meeting and then the lift didn't work, so you were stuck for 15 minutes. Then you come down late, then you say you're sorry. Then I say it's okay, the lift problem is not your problem. Yeah. So understanding what we apologize for sometimes. So on my end, I know that maybe she apologized because I'm waiting.
Yeah. I'm not apologizing for the lift being stuck.
Correct.
Apologizing that you
Yeah,
have
so
to wait
sometimes
lah,
that one is a very
whether it's my
small,
fault or not fault.
correct, small
Yeah.
issue lah. So I said how we apologize or what we apologize for is actually really depend on what we look at lah.
Yeah, I suppose it's also the words lah. I mean, in that case, it would have been sorry to keep you waiting.
Correct.
I was stuck in the lift.
Correct.
I was like, sorry to keep you waiting, but I was stuck in the lift. Then actually, I'm not so sorry because
Correct. So again, how you apologize. I think a lot of us apologize with the but. So maybe we should apologize without the but or the if. You know, some people that say, I'm sorry, but if the fella like that.
Yeah, but if got but
Yeah.
and if.
Correct. So I think that can really break or make a friendship or relationship lah.
Yeah.
So yeah, just having that conversation with my friend lately, and then we were just analysing this, the power of apology and how to apologize properly. So I'm sorry if we have offended you now.
You said if.
See, it's a very natural thing. How?
I know it's not sorry if. It should be sorry that.
I'm sorry that.
I'm sorry I offended you, rather than I'm sorry if I've offended you.
Yeah.
But that's if you know, if I don't know that you were offended, then
If you don't know that I'm offended,
be
then why
stupid
are
lah.
you apologizing lah?
Jom Sembang Malaysia is hosted by two Malaysians who are passionate about Malaysian stuff.
Stay tuned every week for a brand new Sembang session with Cerita Suito and Gina Yap Layung.
Today's episode is recorded at Studio 2105.
Remember to click like and subscribe for the brand new episode next week.